Just Kim.
Just Kim.
This is your instructions here. I already have this set for you. You can actually, there are protocols set in the unit, and you can choose which one you want, or you can make your own. So there's a manual, setting 2. I already have it set for you. We're not going to do a full session. You're just going to experience it for a couple of minutes in lab. But you can actually change, you can change the temperature. I need to make sure we've got plenty of water and ice, because this will melt. I think it's cold enough for us right now. So in the mornings, rehab aid, or maybe you would follow directions inside or fill line for ice and water. So it's actually ice, water, and compression. It's good for swelling and pain. So remember, we have to look at our precautions. Remember, people who have, who have cognitive impairments might not be able to tolerate it, or they have vasoconstrictive disorders, they have Raynaud's, something like that. We need to let the client know that it's going to feel cold, and it's going to feel burning, and maybe achy before they finally get the pain relief. And then they're going to feel compression. You can change the compression settings on this as well. So I can have mild compression, or I'm going all the way to moderate compression. So you can do high. And so you have to determine what kind of compression do you want for your patient. And so I have it kind of set at midline for everything. It is 34 degrees. You're going to feel 34-degree cold water pumping through. So some people like it, some people hate it. It has different sleeves, and you put it on for different body parts. Today we're going to be using a knee on our hand because our hand sleeve did not come in, and somehow between this year and last year our wrist application ran away with the spoon. The dish ran away with the spoon. So well, it's okay because we get the experience. We're going to set the parameters, which I've already done for you. Again, you do it by pressure. You can do it by how cold it is. You can do it by how long you want the unit to run. And so usually we do about 20 minutes max on this unit. 15 to 20 minutes is about the max. And you can do it anywhere on any of the extremities. You can do it on the shoulder, wrist, hand. PTs use it on legs and foot and knee. So it's a great little device.
Do you do it under clothes or over clothes?
You can do it over clothes or under clothes. We're gonna do it on your bare arm. If a person finds it really unpleasant, we could use like a pillowcase, or they could have a sleeve on. We just want to make sure there aren't any wrinkles in the fabric. So we're going to make sure she's comfortable when we do this. We've told her what she can experience and how long it's going to occur. We're going to place the unit on her. So this is our pretend, and the wrist hand unit doesn't look too different. So we are very sorry. We don't know where Mr. Rapp went. But we're thankful that we have something to try. If you guys want to do your knee instead, you can, just so you get the feel for it. So we would get her comfortably positioned. This is gonna be a little awkward. Usually this would be in a different direction, but.
Do you want us to ask them if they have Raynaud's and stuff, or should we know
Right,
because
you
they're
should
medical?
Well, you should have, look, you could tell me that they don't, because you read the chart.
Have what, I'm sorry?
Because remember, you're treating after the valve's already been done, so it should be there. So you can say you don't have any hypersensitivities to cold or any vasoconstrictive disorders or anything, right?
I don't know what that is.
Right, we might say that. You don't have any diagnosis that says that you don't have good blood flow, right?
Right.
Anything like that, okay. All right, she's good. I already checked her chart. So the very, very bottom button on the left is your play button. This is called game ready. This is your play button. This is your start button. So she's going to feel cold water rushing in, and she's going to start to feel compression. And you hear it? Hear the compression part start? Body first.
So we should have got body first.
When you're doing the peaky dance. And so you can feel it starting to fill up.
Yeah.
Really, really
That's
cold.
cool.
Some people find cold unpleasant, so you may not want to use it with them. So we're just letting Miss Kim sit here for a minute or two.
As long
they have any things for like backs and hips, or is it just mostly extremities?
There are multiple sleeves. I do not know that I've seen anything for the trunk,
Yeah.
but I've seen for the lower hand, upper. You can look in our kit. I'll look in the little kit too.
Just imagine that feeling like pretty good, especially like
So Kim, are you good for a few minutes?
Yeah, does it have built-in pressure so it knows how, like if you have a larger arm?
So
or-
I set this on how much pressure, and then of course, they come in different sizes, the wraps.
Mhm.
So you would make sure the wrap fit your person.
Nice.
And then obviously it would be per person, but you don't like just kind of like a compression. You don't want it too tight and you don't want it too loose. Or does it matter?
This, I set the unit to the compression that I want, and so
Right.
it has preset. It knows how tight low is, how tight moderate is,
Okay.
how tight high is.
I was just thinking like the fitting wise though. I don't know.
Yeah, just so that it fits when you don it before you start the unit, and it has a good fit. That, of course, doesn't fit her because it's for the leg.
Should put James in here.
Yeah, should have
He's
been.
got his arms the size of a leg.
Yeah. Okay, so, in the fridge, so she's gonna sit there on the cold for a minute, we're gonna. Okay. We can use a cold pack. So remember, hot and cold packs we can't go for. Sometimes I use them at the beginning of a session. Usually I don't use cold at the beginning of the session if they're painful and they don't have swelling. I use heat because it prepares the tissues and lets me get them in a place where they are more relaxed and tissues are more extensible and they're a little bit pain-free. But we can use a cold pack, and you can use a wet towel, or I like to use pillowcase. It's a good conductor of the cooling, and I can kind of actually wrap this around if it's too unpleasant for someone. So we would use this for about 10 minutes for pain relief too. And so this young lady, we're gonna make sure she's positioned well. So Kim looks pretty comfortable, doesn't she? We
Mhm.
needed that for her arm yesterday.
Yeah. I had that yesterday.
So, I would get her, maybe she could be sitting or lying, and give her, her shoulders really been achy. And so does that feel okay? Alexis, she feels comfortable? Yes. You can just relax. So maybe it's the end of the session, and we really done a lot of stretching with the, done some manual therapy and stretched the shoulder, and she's a little bit achy. We could just let her have a little ice for the last 10 minutes of our session. Okay, so good. Okay, so if she's uncomfortable, I could put another pillowcase under it. But she's going to be uncomfortable first. She's going to start feeling, that burning, aching, and finally pain relief. Now, Kim, you ready to come out? You find it unpleasant?
It's not good. Unbearable at all.
So you have to let these drain too. When you're done, the unit, the sleeve has to drain. There's nowhere to come through it. You can take yourself out. Okay. So this is, we can do an ice massage. Are you okay with me doing it on you? Okay, so this is not very comfortable, and I don't use it a lot. You hurt anywhere? Does anybody hurt anywhere today? Who are you hurting?
My neck.
Okay, I'm not gonna do that to you. It's probably really tight afterwards. Where are you hurting?
My wrist.
Your
Right.
wrist? Okay, how about I do her wrist then? We'll let you off the hook.
She's like, what?
I know, right? It's
Okay, so
bad.
come on over. And, you can have a seat. We would typically use a table top. So, you can turn that way forward. So your wrist is hurting? Oh, what happened?
I think I have carpal tunnel.
Oh,
I was
well,
4 years ago.
you did. So what kind of repetitive movements are you doing?
Usually writing, especially in class, a computer, and before that was waitressing.
Oh, by the way, Chromebook will not work,
I know,
because I called them yesterday.
because I didn't need that.
They did.
Bring the big laptop.
Yeah.
Unfortunately.
I will not use this pillow because
I can bring in a hazard mat to put over the cord if you want.
No, we won't be moving back and forth for testing. So, this is good for like small areas that are painful. Some people like it Some people hate it. You can use, you know, these cups just it has a little plastic bottom.
Mhm.
You fill it with water and put this in the freezer. And then when she's done, I can let it sit in the sink and just melt, and then I can just freeze another one for later. So usually there are more than one. And so we would just target the area and move. And we would ask her questions like, does she have any vasoconstrictive disorders, Raynaud's? Is she hypersensitive? Is she cognitive? She don't punch me in the face when it starts to get painful. And can she tell me when it's uncomfortable? So we can just massage the area that she finds most painful. I've only used it a few times in my career just because. Can you throw me that towel? Sure. Please, ma'am. Thank you. Just because it is painful for most people. So some people do like it. And we would usually have her like on a tabletop. And we keep it moving. Remember, we can cause frostbite. Hurts.
It's cold, yeah.
Yeah, tell me when it stops hurting.
Okay.
Because then when it stops hurting, it means we've reached the point where it can be an analgesic, where it can stop the pain.
It's definitely numbing out.
Numbing up.
Yeah.
You gotta be concerned about drips and not getting the floor wet. You're using it.
Oh, yeah, nice and low.
Nice and numb? So when we're nice and numb, we can stop. Because when she's nice and numb, then we can start getting the benefit of pain relief. And so it hurts at first, and then she's really, really cold. Okay, so we can use ice massage for small areas. We can use Game Ready for compression benefit and the icing benefit for larger areas. I like the compressive piece because it really pushes the fluid out. So it's not just about pain, it's about pain and edema. We can use the ice pack for an area, a specific area. We use it on hands, shoulders, elbows, for swelling and pain relief. All right, thank you. So you can do that to yourself at home by getting like Dixie cups and freezing them, and then you just tear off one end of the cup, and then you can use the handle for yourself. Whatever area you leave on, you can be your handle. Okay? And then again, when our client's done, I'm gonna rinse this off and put it back in the freezer for you guys to try. So when it's done with our actual client, we're going to put this in the sink and let it melt and make some clean ones.